before you start, you want to be aware that after you're done this job, you're going to want to go to an alignment specialist so that you can have the vehicle aligned so you don't wear out the tires prematurely. Take off the center cap. You can use a pry bar. If you don't want to scratch the wheel, you can use a rag or a cloth. Get underneath here, pop it off. All right, take the lug nuts off, use a 19mm socket. And remove the wheel. Now I'm going to loosen up this jam nut, use a 21mm wrench. And that's good, it's just got to be loose. Now I'm going to take this nut off, use a 21mm socket. And sometimes it'll start spinning, the stud is spinning, so I need to hold that. So I can take a 21mm wrench and a 10mm socket. And it's just going to hold the stud from spinning. Right, take that nut off and slide the tie rod out of the knuckle. There you go. Now I'm going to unscrew the tie rod and just count how many turns you have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 21. So write that number down so when you go to put it back together, it goes together somewhat where it was when you took it apart. Now I'm going to use some locking pliers and just put them on the inner tie rod just so it doesn't spin. I'll take a 21mm socket and just take the jam nut off completely. Now I'm going to take this clamp off. You can use some hose clamp pliers or even some regular pliers. Just slide it off. And then we're going to take the inside clamp off and just use a straight, you can use a straight pick and just try to get in there. Just want to try to spread it out a little bit. And normally you can't reuse these, but if you're careful enough, you might be able to reuse it. Oops, and that popped. And slide that off. And sometimes you can bend this back and reuse it. Sometimes you just need a new one. And just grab the boot and just slide it off. You can use a pick right here. Just try to help slide this off a little bit easier. Just pull it real hard. Get that off. All right, now I'm going to use a special tie rod tool. There is different tools that you can use. And just attach it like this, and we'll tighten these nuts down. Now I'll just put an extension on here and a breaker bar and loosen it up. There we go. All right, at this point I could take the tool off or just take it off once I take the tie rod off. And there we go. You can take the new inner tie rod if you choose. You can put some thread locking compound on the threads. That's good. And just get it started. So you could use the same tool to put it on or something a little bit different, something like this. This has an adapter. You just slide this over here and just lock that on. Now I can torque it. I'm going to torque that to 66 foot-pounds. There we go. So I'm going to install the boot. I put the clamp back on, and I'm just going to take a little bit of grease. We're just going to put the grease right here. That's where this part of the boot is going to sit, right there. You can put a little more to help slide it on. Get that lined up good. And slide it over the body of the steering rack. And that's good, right there. Right, now we're going to tighten that clamp up. I have some special pliers that are going to tighten the clamp up. They squeeze it, push it down a little bit. And I just had to bend the shields back a little bit just so I can get these in here. Get that to line right up. good, and just squeeze it. And I'll put this clamp on, and that's good. And put the jam nut on. And I'll take the outer tie rod in and count my turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 21 turns. And that's just going to get the alignment closer. You still need to have an alignment done. All right, now slide this into the knuckle. Take the nut and tighten the nut up. And I'll use my wrench on the nut, use the socket on the stud, and just tighten this up. And now you can torque this to 111 foot-pounds. There we go. All right, now we're going to tighten up this jam nut. If you have the ability to use a torque wrench, you can tighten that to 46 foot-pounds. Take the wheel, put it on. Put the lug nuts on. And now I'm going to torque these lug nuts to 110 foot-pounds, and I'm going to do that in a star pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. And just go around again, double check. Take the center cap, and tap it back on, good to go.